Job Site Theater at the Straz, we are happy to report, is back. And this, our next couple of guests that we are introducing this morning and the performance that they are putting on is kind of special to the Morning Blend team because, as we shared at the top of the show, this was a little less than a year ago. They were one of the last guests, I think, at our studio, and before the world kind of changed. But again, we're happy to report that Job Site Theater is back. And joining us this morning is Roxanne Fay, David Jenkins to tell us about Doubt, that again is returning on stage. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
David, we've had a chance to talk with you a couple of times in this new virtual world. Roxanne, this may be the first time we've had you virtually, but I remember that day. It was in March of last year, and that's kind of when the world was changing by the second, and you guys were probably one of the last productions that were getting ready to take the stage and then got canceled. So you're back. Tell me how you're feeling about it this morning.
Well, it's funny, as you were describing it, I got a little emotional about it because it's been a long time, and it's something that we've had to alternately walk away from and hold close to us because we knew it was something that we wanted to come back to. But yeah, we were sitting in your studio waiting to do an interview when we got the text that everything.
Yeah. Performing arts, and I think performances, especially with what you guys are, I want you guys to kind of set up the story, which is a powerful one as well. But I think it's so important, I think, for our culture and for community when you talk about getting together and healing and kind of moving forward. So, David, though, I do want to address, because time still, just as we need to be careful, right? Just as we were last year, you guys are doing that. So you found a way to do these safely and bring people back.
Yeah, we've been, the Straz Center the Straz Center is a great partner, and we've been working together basically since all this started to sort of figure out what can we do and how. And so we spent the fall working through test scenarios, obviously with health and safety being at the absolute top of mind. That involved months of planning, consulting with medical professionals, consulting with the city and the county and the CDC and everything else. And so we've slowly worked through this reopening plan. And right now, as a matter of fact, for Doubt, we've moved the set from the Schimberg Playhouse into the much larger Jabe Theater so we can ensure just that much more distance. And the Jabe Theater is operating at only 30% of capacity. We've got a number of health and safety measures like temperature screens, mandatory mask wear for everyone inside the theater at all times. The tables are 11 feet apart from one another. There's sanitizer everywhere. There's a full list of everything we're doing, which I could never get through in an interview on our website. But that is absolutely, we cannot do this unless we are doing it the right way.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about, Roxanne, set the stage for us a little bit about what Doubt is about. It takes on some heavy subject matters.
Yes, it does. It's set very shortly after the Second Ecumenical Council, when I was I think it was before I was born when they did the Ecumenical Council, but it was to make the church more progressive and more, accessible. But during the time of transition, you find yourself with both of the parties, Sister Aloysius, who is sort of the old school guard, and this new young priest, Father Flynn. They're diametrically opposed in the way they approach children and how they instruct and lead. And this was a time really before we started hearing the Boston Globe exposing the improprieties and the abuse of children within the priesthood in the Catholic Church. But before we heard about it, here in the public, of course, it was something that was happening. And this is sort of the ground floor. This is ground zero for some of the cases that would come later. So you're faced with a question of what really happened in this school, and you're seeing it from Aloysius's eyes as well as Father Flynn's eyes, and it's really very they're both being very honest with themselves, or being outright honest. Maybe not with themselves so much, but you really we're not handing you a story and going, this is right and this is wrong and this is what happened, this is what didn't happen. Doubt is where we change. It's the moment of doubt that makes us change our minds, perhaps, or grow. So the doubt is the operational vehicle of this play, as well as the title. But it's about what do you do? What do you do when you're not sure? Which is one of Father Flynn's lines. What do you do when you're not sure?
Well said. And I think pieces like this, and obviously probably why it's, won so many awards and things, because it gets people talking as well, I think on an important subject like this, and it gets you maybe bringing up those conversations. Would you not agree, David?
Yeah, I think that, it's interesting you could consider the church and religion and stuff like that so hot button, but with a lot of the other things going on in the world right now, it's interesting that this story about religion and the church is almost an easier way of us looking at some of the other ways that we really like to be sure and really be certain about other topics and other ideas. And so it's fascinating how theater has that ability, and a really good story has that ability to be transportable across a lot of different categories. And so I personally love that. And I think that that's what theater does best, is bring people together and get us talking about something.
Yes. Yep. All right. If we want to get tickets, we've been showing the dates. What's the best way to do that?
You can call 813-229-STAR. That's 813-229-7827, or go to jobsitetheater.org.
All right. Well, I cannot wait till we get to see both of you in our studio again soon. We know that day will eventually come. We're going to be patient until then. And then again, just head to our website for more details on Doubt now playing or getting ready to. Thank you both so much.